Hey everybody, it's Heartless Spartan. Welcome to another Monster High Toy Talk. For the next couple of Toy Talks, I'll be covering 2 store-exclusive dolls, and then I'll make my way back to continue the Skulltimate Secret Series dolls. As per the usual, I want to start with channel info and direct everyone to my Facebook page with a link in the description. I post tidbits, channel updates, and links to the dolls as soon as I find them available to order. It's a much faster way of informing everyone than producing and uploading a video. I appreciate everyone that has liked and subscribed to my channel thus far, and those who've followed on Facebook. It motivates and inspires my efforts to put out quality videos as regularly as I can. I will also include a link to the doll in the YouTube description as well. At the time I'm recording this video, I am not an affiliate of any company, so I don't make anything from doing this. The channel has to grow significantly with subscribers and followers before I can qualify for any of those programs, which would be another good reason to like the video and subscribe to support the channel in the long run. Moving on, today's Toy Talk is about the Amazon exclusive Monster High Bejeweled Beauty Case themed for and including a Cleo doll, which is comparable to Draculaura's Gorganizer that was released nearly a year ago. It shares the same molded base as the Gorganizer, except this one is black instead of pink. Cleo's beauty case has a newly molded top half rather than a print pattern. This makes its look switch from just a coffin to an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. Looking at the front of the case, we have a likeness of Cleo that has the look of a carved sarcophagus, which is really cool and has quite a bit of extra detail on it. For instance, she is holding what looks like the mirror that comes with the kit. We'll look at that later. However, it lacks some of the detail like the snakes, wings, and wrappings, likely because it's too fine of a detail to mold into the plastic without bumping up the cost. What I also like are that the eyes are outlined with this bright blue paint, which the ancient Egyptians were known for, a local mineral that they used to create a bright blue pigment, often referred to as Egyptian blue, which is that beautiful bright blue color that remains a theme throughout this set. I kind of want this Cleo to be a doll because that would be amazingly beautiful. Like a long white dress that fans out at the bottom with gold trim. Egyptian blue ribbons. Her long hair, but pardon my pronunciation, the neme, which is this striped hat, and the usek, which is this collared necklace. Would have to have some very nice paint detail, but would kick the price range up to something more like the holiday dolls, which I know Mattel can do because they've made it before. I have the Princess of the Nile Barbie and she's gorgeous. I want stuff like this to make a comeback that is actually obtainable upon release. The pyramid style earrings and the usek are from the core Cleo doll. Anyways, I'm getting off topic with a what if here. The cover also has her pet dog Tut and pet snake Hisset there as well. The wealthy ancient Egyptians also had their pets and sacred animals mummified and buried with their owners to be with them in the afterlife. Which sounds kind of dark, so I'm going to move on to the new pretty blue buckle on the side of the case, which is uniquely themed to Cleo, and I like it because it isn't just a matte blue. It's this wonderful, shiny, bright blue. Opening up the case, we get not a matte colored tray, but a really nice translucent blue tray. Mine has some scratches on the back from the factory, not a deal breaker, but kind of annoying given that it lets light through. The first accessory we'll take a look at is Cleo's mirror. It's a bit of an odd scale mirror because it's not doll sized, and it's not large enough to be useful for a real person. My thought is that I might be able to make a doll vanity-like thing with it. Regardless, it is quite interesting and actually does function as a reflective mirror. For my own privacy though, I'm going to have a sheet of paper covering the reflective surface of it for the rest of the review. I mentioned before that the cover of Cleo's beauty case features what looks like the mirror with less detail because it would have required finer detailing in the plastic mold. The actual mirror frame has some cool detailing on it, with the dual snakes and their exaggerated tongues rising between the wings of Isis on either side of the mirror. Just to clarify in this context, Isis is the name of an ancient Egyptian goddess whose wings represented life-giving resurrection. Going back to the subject, the backside of the frame also features a neat Monster High logo skull with the bandage-wrapped Cleo theme. I like the detail in these Monster High sets because they give each character something unique that fits their theme rather than just duplicating the same accessory for every doll. Up next is the Scarab Makeup Highlighter Necklace, where we once again see this wonderful bright blue color again. Something I want to note is that it comes sealed in a plastic wrapper. If the wrapper is broken or missing, I would toss the makeup that's inside. It should be common practice not to put any food, drink, or chemical substance into or onto our bodies from something that's been opened. It sounds somewhat wasteful, but I consider it a matter of safety. Make sure whoever uses the makeup doesn't have a history of allergies to that sort of thing. I don't know what's in this, but better safe than not. I'm not saying there's an issue with this makeup either, it's just best to be aware of such things. Makeup is far from my area of expertise, so I can't tell you if it's any good. The girl on the box to me looks like she's smearing a sparkly blue rash on her face. I don't know. I don't mean anything mean by it. The blue color is really pretty, so I imagine the girls could do something nice with it. The necklace itself, though, is very lightweight and straightforward. A small lid snaps open and closed to access the makeup, and the blue ribbon can be opened via Velcro at the top. I'll place an image of how long the ribbon is just for reference. If you've ever wondered what an Egyptian scarab is, it's actually a symbol representing the Egyptian god Khepri, associated with the morning sun. It's a large beetle because it's actually a dung beetle, which the ancient Egyptians related the dung beetle rolling its ball of dung to Khepri, rolling the disk of the sun across the sky. And now you know. Moving on, we have two sets of temporary tattoos, which are always fun. These are really nice. I don't know if I can pick it up on camera, but they have a reflective rainbow color to them as well, depending on how the light hits them. Looking at the set in front, we get a hieroglyphic style eye, an Anubis headpiece, some fancy diamond sparkles, I guess. There's the Khepri scarab, and a gemstone heart. The other set has a bandage-wrapped heart, a diamond, a crowned snake, and what looks like a figurine of a mummified cat. Many actual tombs were in fact found to have many figurines inside. On the back of the packaging is some product information, but apparently there is a best of used by date for these temporary tattoos. Now, having saved the best for last, onto the doll. Something I like that Mattel did with Cleo Denial is that they gave her this lovely olive skin tone. uh, while Egypt has always been a diverse territory, when I think of Egyptians, I tend to think of this sort of olive skin tone. Some call it Egyptian olive or Mediterranean olive. I might be a white guy, but it still irritates me when historical figures or ethnic characters get whitewashed. So I like that Mattel gave her that olive skin tone. Now, Cleo only comes with one outfit in this set, and her dress features many of the symbols shared by the temporary tattoos we get, with some additional shapes and pyramids. I don't particularly play with my dolls or change their outfits really, so I tend to keep the packaging bands there so accessories stay in place. Another thing I want to point out that I really like is that Cleo is wearing the scarab necklace that we get in this set, with that bright blue color standing out real nice. Alright ladies, I've begun to take notice of their makeup. Cleo has some sparkly, sort of maroon lipstick on. Then around her eyebrows, I'm not sure how you do this on skin with such detail, but maybe she used her temporary tattoos to get those shapes around her eyes. Now the makeup around her eyes is quite pretty. I don't know the 17 different names of liners and shadows and whatnot that she's got on, but I can take notice of the fact that there's multiple shades of blue with some sparkling gold accent there that I really like. It's very pretty. She also has this tail here that is reminiscent of the left eye of Horus, which represents healing and protection, which I believe she always has below her left eye. Cleo's hair is beautiful. This mix of navy and bright blues with the gold streaks is lovely. This hair parted to one side also has a band in it. I do want to note that she does have indents in her ears to make them look like they're pierced, but they're not actually holes. You can't put anything in there. The poof on the top looks really cute on the doll, but I feel that if I were to see that in real life, I would think she got her hair styled in Whoville. Not to pick on Cleo, the doll is still quite cute. Now I want to talk about her heels, which have some really nice detailing on them. The first thing to note is the Cleo-themed Monster High logo skull across the top of the toe strap, which is the same as what was on the back of the mirror. That's pretty cool, but it gets better. On the sides of her shoes, she has the wings of Isis, but on the back, her heels are carved out like her sarcophagus, which I thought was an awesome piece of detailing that they didn't have to do, but they did, and I love it. The Amazon exclusive Cleo Denial Bejeweled Beauty Case set is a cute set, with a lovely doll and extra detailing that took it up a level in my expectations of what I was getting in the set. I even feel it's an improvement on Draculaura's Gorganizer. The blue buckle even snaps shut better than the one on the Gorganizer did. I have zero issues or regrets about this set. I would say so far this is one of my favorite prop accessories that they've come out with so far. Before I wrap up, there's something serious I want to talk about. I did some amount of research to put the right information, names, and references about the ancient Egyptians into the video. I can't help if I got some of the pronunciations wrong in that regard. I do want to say that it is best to remain mindful and respectful when referring to cultural history as well as the remains of mummified people. Now, the character Cleo is based off of the modern mythos of the mummy, but she is also based off of a real-world culture. So it's important to note that we should always remain sensitive to such cultural topics and histories, rather than objectify or demonize through the modern mythos. Because mummified people are the remains of actual people and should be respected as such. I hope you've enjoyed this toy talk. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Monster High and other toys. And of course, to support the growth of the channel. This has been Heartless Spartan. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.